He really hopes that he can get back on stage at some point. It's hard to imagine right now.
The reality of the pandemic hasn't ended for one Edmonton band. Royal Tusk has had to hit pause on performing and a new album as their singer deals with a severe and debilitating case of long COVID. Few jobs higher energy than the frontman of a rock band.
He loves talking to people. He loves connecting with people. So him not being able to take a phone call, talk to his best friend on the phone, or hang out with his mother.
For almost a year, Daniel Carriere has been dealing with extreme exhaustion. His fiancée Mia taking on the interview.
You know, for me, who's seen him play music his entire life, not being able to do that. And, you know, it would make him sick, like physically ill, to do any sort of effort.
Well, the worst of Daniel's symptoms started last summer. Doctors believe he was infected just as the pandemic began in March 2020. But because he never got a positive COVID test result, he couldn't take part in official long COVID clinics, leaving them searching.
You know, some doctors were great. And, you know, some doctors said, you know, this is long COVID and we don't know much about it. And we had some doctors who sent us home saying it was anxiety and, you know, it's not real, it's stress related. And that was very frustrating.
As the medical community is grappling with treating long COVID, Nia finding instead of planning for her wedding this year, she now has to stay on top of the research, only finding out Daniel had blood clots after she requested the test. Seeing the public system so overwhelmed, deciding to ask the community for help with the over $15,000 bill to get Daniel into a private clinic in Calgary.
It's overwhelming. People have been so generous. And again, it's not just about the donations. It's about like people reaching out. It was really, really difficult for Daniel to ask for help. He's not that kind of person. You know, he loves to, you know, keep it in. But we also felt like, you know, people needed to know about this. Like I said, I think there's a lot of people out there going through the same thing.
Alberta Health Services telling City News they have updated the requirements for the long COVID clinic to no longer require a test, but saying while the majority of long COVID patients can manage with their family doctor, they're still working on a plan to support those with severe post-COVID symptoms, as well as supporting doctors in identifying it. In Edmonton, Carly Robinson, City News.